Welcome back to the Universal Wrestling Podcast. My name is Nick. His name is Keith. Keith, I never get tired of saying that. What's up, buddy? How are you?
Oh, absolutely. Me neither. I'm good, man. How you doing?
Good, man. We're both in our own little journey of life right now, so we're
That's right.
trying to get through that journey and end up at the end where there is a new house and a new baby. So
Right.
slowly but surely, we are getting there. But Keith, you saw something online, Reddit more specifically,
Yeah.
and we'll throw it on the screen right now. Boom! There you go. The bingo board. We're gonna call it a bingo board, but it's basically, what every wrestling fan talks about: underrated, overrated, best, worst, funniest, most potential, most wasted, best gear, worst gear. So we're gonna go into it. We're gonna get into it, and we're gonna talk our favorites. Now, Keith, is this our favorites? Because I think that's what I wrote down. What did you write down?
So yeah, I went with I went and just like wrote down kind of whoever popped into mind, like wrestling wise, WWE, any era, any generation, any promotion, whatever. Just the first names that popped into my head when I was like, who do I think of as most underrated wrestler wherever?
Yeah.
Well,
I think I think certain categories lends itself to that. Like for underrated, right. I think it's pretty universal. Not universal to every single person, but for many wrestling fans, you're going to have some of the names that I'm going to bring up. But it's tough. Like best theme, worst theme. Like that's kind of like my favorite theme.
Oh yeah,
sure. But I tried to sprinkle in like the greatest of that era.
Oh, absolutely.
When it comes to the worst the best, it's going to be a sprinkle of everything.
Yeah.
Our favorites, but also legitimately, do we think is the best feud or the most underrated wrestler? So, Keith.
Well, I think it's like we talk about with like when we do like the Mount Rushmores and stuff like that. Like it's always going to be subjective because exactly everyone stinks. So it just is what it is. We're gonna go with it's. These are the best. This is what we think. These are the best. These are the best fits for all these categories according to us. And if you're not us, maybe we're wrong. Yeah. Tell us about it if we are, please.
Yeah, let's get started. I know we have a list: underrated, overrated, best, and worst. Yeah. But let's start with the best theme and the worst theme song. So, Keith, let's start with that. Let's hear your best theme song. Let's go.
So this is one of the tough ones for me because like there's like for me it's like best theme is like is it the best theme because like it's a cool song? Is it the best theme for like what it like the impact of it or whatever? So I just went I think universally. I have other ones too, but I'm gonna lock in here as like what I imagine the universally the best theme probably is Stone Cold's theme. It's the glass shattering.
Yes,
it's one of those that like it just that hit with the glass in the beginning is like, even when Austin was like heel, when you heard that, it was just like an immediate like, whoa, shit! Like this huge rise, like something big is about to happen because here he is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I went with there. I guess I have some other ones, but we'll get back and forth with them. Yeah, I just feel like it's a cool, simple Jim Johnson banger, and it just
Jimmy.
I can't think of a time, I'm sure there are, but like I can't think of a time in my life where like you hear that glass shatter and it's not immediately followed by like a huge surge from the audience in some way. So that's my best.
I think again that theme song. I mean, yes, the man behind the theme song, Stone Cold, is going to generate most of that pop, but the pop also comes from just out of nowhere, glass breaks, and just you go ape shit. A, because he's coming out, and B, it's just like. Right. That feeling of like glass break and again universal. I think it's up there top 2, top 3 if you voted or ranked any wrestling whatever it is. I think most fans will say that that's the best, and it's just again you heard at a stadium, oh shit, Stone Cold, it's just like that's what you get. It's
screaming
it's
yourself hoarse for it at WrestleMania 40.
Yeah.
That was me.
Best theme. So again, it's Taker, Stone Cold. I just said what I was thinking. Taker's theme song. Now if you're gonna get into the nitty gritty, it's the bell. It's the bell that tolls. Right. It's not the American Badass, which is a great song, and it's not from the Ministry or not from this. I know there's tons of Taker songs, but again, it's similar to Stone Cold. Once you think of Stone Cold, you think of the glass. Once you think of, Taker, you think of the bell that tolls in the
Mhm.
beginning and constantly ding, ding, ding. So it's just vintage WWE,
For
when
sure.
it comes to characters, when it comes to the locker room leader, when it comes to, WrestleManias and just who he is as a person. It's just
Definitely.
like a fan favorite, but also you love it because it's for someone you like
Yeah,
Austin, you know, and again the legacy and the legendary status helps, but the theme song just kicks ass, man. And again,
for sure.
boom, it goes ape shit. Lights
Right.
go out.
I was
You know what's
that's what I
gonna
was gonna
happen.
say. It's the
Yeah.
same it's that same idea that, like, it's just
Yep.
you hear the bell toll, the lights go out immediately, it's always followed up with, like, an, "Oh, shit!"
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I love it. What do
I'm
you
with
got?
it.
Any favorites or
So,
any
yeah,
others?
I
I
mean,
mean,
my
we could go
other
down a
2
list.
the other
Yeah.
2 are just they're biased. I have Sami Zayn, because just,
Yeah.
part of that was just being I love Sami Zayn, but also it was just, like, being at WrestleMania and just the whole link just,
Yes. Yep.
wonderful. And then, the not the original Mankind theme of, like, all the
Yeah. I
like,
wasn't.
the organ,
Yeah.
not that one, but the one that Foley was using when he was, like, wearing the, like, the dress shirt, the tie, and all, like, Hardcore Champion era,
Yeah.
I loved that. I loved that song
Yeah.
when I was a kid. Always my favorite. The one that starts with the big car crash. It's fantastic. I love that
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. I love it. Let me give you some of my
Yeah,
favorites.
what do you got?
I, you know, Trips is who he is. Give and take, whatever you want,
Hell
inside
yeah.
the ring, outside the ring. But
Hell yeah.
the game.
Hell yeah. A little Motorhead.
Yes.
It's all about the game and
RV
how you play it.
RVD.
Oh yeah.
You got to go with Slow Chemical. It's just ass kicking.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, that's a classic also. There's a
Edge
lot of
on
really
this
good ones.
Edge on this day. You know, I even love Test. Godfather. But I think if it's 1A and 1B, I would
Mhm.
have to go with Slow
Yeah.
Chemical 1A and Run DMC the DX
Okay,
edition.
yeah. Oh
Oh my
man.
god,
Oh my god. You could this
great.
I mean, this square could just be the whole like the majority of the Attitude Era, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just all of
And
it.
who was behind it?
Jimmy J.
Yeah, or Kyle, one or the other.
Well, right, both. Same guy.
Yeah. One more. Orton, Burn in My Lights.
Oh, yeah,
In my
right on.
light. Yeah.
Right on.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it's gotta be Taker, Stone Cold. I mean,
Hell yeah.
Hulk Hogan. But those are people that we hear every day. And when
Yeah.
this conversation's brought up, I wanted to be a little different. I love
Yeah.
RVD, even Christian. Just close your eyes. I mean, there's just
Yeah.
so many good ones.
Hell
All
yeah.
right, Keith. If it ain't the best,
It's the
it's the
worst.
worst. Let's get to it.
This one was
Um,
way easier for me.
uh,
But yeah, you lead it off. Lead it off. What do you got?
all right, this guy I love, and he's in one of my other categories here. But oh my god, am I sick and tired of this theme song? I love him. Our Truth. I cannot stand this anymore.
Uh-huh.
It's got to be the worst. I mean, it's
All
just
right.
what's up,
All right.
what's up, what's up, what's up. So I
Yeah.
got him. This one, I don't know. This is an easy one, I think. Maybe it's a little too easy. Right to Censor. It,
That was mine. That's my top of my list.
yeah,
It's just the worst.
it
Just
is.
that grating,
Yes.
just the alarm sound, awful. I get
Yep.
that it's not really like a theme, I guess. So I do have another one that I'll slide in here too.
Exactly.
But
Yep.
yeah, no, that was looking at worst theme. That was the first. That was all that was sticking in my head, is because I was picturing the red circle with
Yeah.
the cross on, with the slash through it. Just,
Now is that a Jim Johnson?
I mean,
I
I
mean,
guess, like, I don't is that a writing credit really? It's probably just like
no. Vince probably
sound
said,
files, like
yeah.
public domain sound files they found and just cobbled together.
Yep. Vince said probably like what? Make the most worst.
Yeah, something real
Yeah.
grating.
Jim can make the worst and the best. There's one
Oh
more
yeah.
Brie mode. Just
Tell
sickening
me how you
when I
have my
hear it.
list. That was my other one.
Yeah.
They're the two worst that I had. Was right to Censor and then
It's like the complete opposite with the bell and the glass. Once you
It's
hear that, it's like, oh my god, this is
the
horrible.
the reason I put Brie mode on there is honestly because like I can't even think of what the rest of the theme is because it's like you just said the opposite of like the bell and the glass shatter. It's just like when you hear like the auto tune like it just your brain like shuts off like oh my
Yep.
god get this
Next.
out of here. So I don't even
Yeah.
know what the rest of the theme is. It might be a banger. Maybe that's what that might be. The
Yeah.
subject of another of a video coming up for Kyle soon. Who knows? But
Yeah.
I don't even know because of how awful that just initial bleh is.
Yeah.
Terrible.
And there's a lot of really shitty ones, but it's like Jack Swagger's eighth, theme song, and even
Right.
Stone Cold had some shitty ones. It's just
And
I
I
just
mean to be
what
to
comes
be
to
honest,
mind.
we can put so many of like
Oh
the
yeah.
current like Def Rebel ones on here where it's
Oh
just
yeah.
like name of wrestler
Yeah.
whatever beat going on. Like it's
Yeah.
miserable. Um But yeah, I was trying to avoid those because that's like kind of low hanging fruit, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all gotten kind of like generic and overproduced and whatnot. But
Yeah.
I mean, Brie mode was when I think that might have still been Jimmy J, like when they were like still trying really. Because I don't think there
Yeah, I
was
don't
anything
know.
between Jimmy J and CFO or CFOs, CFOS, whatever they're called.